Good morning. My name is Brenda Porter. I'm an English teacher in the Logic School, and today I'm bringing to you 7th grade boys. These 7th grade students, along with the girls in their class, have read and studied a book called Bruchko. Bruchko is the autobiography of Bruce Olson, a very unconventional missionary who went to South America. As part of their study, the class discussed and wrote about heroes, the people we admire. We talked about the famous people whose images are all around us, internet influencers, athletes, movie and TV stars, and then we talked about other heroes, those whose lives and work have accomplished God's purposes. For the academic research project, each student has chosen a well-known Christian, one whose life of service exemplifies the love of Christ. Today, these 7th grade boys will present their research about these heroes of the faith. Thank you.
Greetings, my name is Tanner Fulton, and over the past few weeks I have been studying the life of Mother Teresa, the missionary of charity. Though she was a woman of small stature, she left a massive impact on the world. And if you have heard anything about her, you may know about her humble birth and the tragedy taking place in her life at the young age of 7. And if you have not done any research, you most certainly know her name. Mother Teresa may quite possibly be the most well-known nun in the world. Please allow me to give you a brief tour of the poster. So here I have a quote from Mother Teresa. It is something I think we can all relate to, and it resonates with all of us. It is not how much we do, but how much love we put in doing, and it is not how much we give, but how much love we put in the giving. I think that is a very good quote. And here is an image of Mother Teresa with a child at Nirmala Shishu Bhavan in Calcutta, and Mother Teresa at prayer, and a timeline of some major events in her life. Her birth, the unfortunate passing of her father, her decision to become a nun in 1928, and it goes all the way up to her death in 1997. Here I have a cross representing the cross that was worn on their left side on their sari, and this ambulance is a representation of the mobile leprosy hospitals that Mother Teresa had to treat lepers in India. Thank you very much for viewing my presentation.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Reddy, and I have been studying C.S. Lewis. Did you know that when C.S. Lewis was 4 years old, he insisted on being called Jack? The name stuck with him for the rest of his life. Jack grew up in Little Leigh, England. He wrote 36 books, including The Chronicles of Narnia, the Space Trilogy, and the Screwtape Letters. Lewis did this because he enjoyed writing and sharing his faith. One thing that I learned about C.S. Lewis is that through everything that happened to him, like his parents' death, the death of his wife, and being injured in World War I, he still spreads faith throughout the world. On my poster, there's a list of the books that he wrote. There is a picture of C.S. Lewis in the middle, and on the side, there is pictures of his family. This is his family when he was young, and with his parents and siblings. This is a picture of him and his wife, and this is a picture of him and his kids. He was born on November 29, 1898, and he was a hardcore atheist until he was middle-aged. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tyler Falkart, and today I will be telling you about a great missionary by the name of Nate Saint. I've been studying him for a couple months now, and I've learned a lot about him and his journeys. Nate Saint and Jim Elliot created a bucket drop, which is still used today. They were the first people to come in contact with the Waodani tribe. They went on a mission called Operation Aka, and he was accompanied by Roger Youderian, Pete Fleming, Ed McCauley, and Jim Elliot. Sadly, one of the Waodani people lied to the tribe and told them they were cannibals. The 5 men were ambushed and speared to death on Palm Island. So, this is my poster about Nate Saint, and right here is a picture of them being closer with the Waodani. and that's his airplane back there. This is his wife, Marjorie Saint. His son, Steve Saint, which continued his legacy and was successful, sharing the gospel to the Ladoni tribe. Right here's one of my favorite quotes from Nate Saint. And people who do not know the Lord ask why in the world we waste our lives as missionaries. They forget that they too are expending their lives, and when the bubble has burst, they will have nothing of eternal significance to show for the years they have wasted. Right here's another photo of Nate Saint sharing bread with the Wadoni tribe. And this is a closer photo of Nate Saint. And yeah, bye, thank you.
Hello, my name is Orion Mack, and over the past few months, I've been studying Dr. Paul Brand. He was born in India and unknowingly was the first doctor to try and treat leprosy. He also studied it. He risked his life to save others in this way. He did not know at first that he was going to become a doctor. He tried to become a missionary, but the mission board didn't need one. So he went around the world trying to find out new surgeries to correct the deformities of leprosy, along with his wife, Margaret Berry. He won a lot of awards and honors, and he was a person that was patient and kind and understanding. Unfortunately, Paul Brand died on July 8, 2003. He was a week short of his 89th birthday. And this is my project poster. This is a picture of Paul Brand and a bunch of facts that are a timeline around him. This is one of the books that he wrote. This is a fact that Paul Brand was a surgeon during World War II, and most of his patients were pilots with severe burns on their faces. His middle name is Wilson, and another book that he wrote. This is another book that he wrote, and a book that was written about him. One of the quotes that he made is, "In a consumer society, expectations dare not plateau, because a growing economy depends on rising expectations. The more we let our level of contentment be determined by an outside factor, a new car, fashionable clothes, a prestigious career, social status, the more we relinquish control over our own happiness." And that's about it. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Thomas Gibson, and I was doing Jim Elliot. Everyone wanted to be a hero. Well, Jim Elliot was a hero, and this is why. Jim had a strong faith in God all his life. He was born in Portland, Oregon in 1927. After college, he went to South America, Ecuador. He really wanted to help preach to people and baptize people. I can tell because when he was in Shandia, right there was a huge storm. Jim, for 2 days straight, helped move houses, roofing, and a whole bunch of heavy stuff just to keep people safe, and the whole town was wiped out. Plus, Jim was willing to die to get the Aka tribe to know Jesus. I mean, the Aka tribe was this big, violent tribe who killed a lot of whites, and Jim was white. And, well, in his journal he said that Jesus' work was far more important than his entire life himself. And he died trying to make the Aka to know Jesus. That's a hero in my eyes. Alright, well, this is Jim Elliot. These are a part of his photos. This is him on Operation Aka. A lot of these have white t-shirts that he wears. This is a part with a whole bunch of quotes, a map where he went. His most famous quote, "He's no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose." This is a timeline of his life. This is a journal. He used his journal a lot to show his feelings, and this is an old Bible about in his time. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Christian Cade. And for the last couple of months, I've been studying George Washington Carver. He was a Christian botanist and agriculture inventor. George was always eager to help others. He created over 300 things using the peanut, which is cool in my opinion, and he did all of this at Tuskegee University. He had no kids or a wife because he wanted to focus on helping others and inventing things that were helpful to human use. Here's him when he's about 49, and this is Simpson College, which is his first college, but he dropped out and went to Iowa State University. And while he was there, Booker T. Washington sent him a letter to invite him to Tuskegee University, where he would later teach and create the 300 things using the peanut. This was his childhood home, and that was Booker T. Washington's home. And my favorite quote by him is, "Education is key to unlocking the golden doors of freedom." Thank you.
Hello, I'm Caden Green, and for the past 2 months, I've been researching great evangelist Billy Graham. Billy Graham was born on November 8th, 1918. And for the past almost 100 years that he lived, he inspired millions of people, especially because he talked to over 210 million people and converted over 110 million people to Christ. He also inspired many of his children, like Franklin Graham, who has taken over his ministry ever since Billy Graham retired in 2005. This is my trifold. This is Billy Graham right here when he was in his 30s. This is his family right here. This is his wife and then his 5 children. This is Billy Graham with his wife, Ruth Bell Graham. This is him with the 35th President, John F. Kennedy. And this is also him with 40th President Ronald Reagan receiving a Gold Medal of Honor. And then over here I have Billy Graham with Martin Luther King Jr. And this picture right here is Billy Graham preaching to 3.2 million people during his crusade in South Korea. And this is Billy Graham preaching to the 44th President Barack Obama. And this is him during his ministry in Los Angeles when he was called to prayer. This is also him in his crusade against racism. And this is some places that he's gone in the world, like all over America, Russia, New Mexico, and also China. One thing that I learned from Billy Graham is that to always put your faith and trust in God. Thank you.